So good morning to all of you. So in previous session we have seen the introduction of digital signal processing, right? How analog signals and digital signals are different, as well as we have seen the signals can be categorized as analog and digital as the broad classification, right? But more specifically, it can be categorized as what? Continuous time, continuous value signal, discrete value, discrete time signal, discrete value, and discrete time signal, as well as this categorization we have seen in the previous session. Okay, so in today's session we'll be looking at how signals can be defined, right? So starting, so the signal can be defined as a physical quantity that varies with time, space, or independent variable. Right? So signals can be described as function of one or more independent variables. Okay? A signal is varying physical quantity that can be measured. Due to limitations of the measuring devices, signal may include some errors. Okay? Therefore, computers which give good approximation of the original physical signal can be used to represent signals. So, to clarify these concepts, just look at some examples of signal. Okay. So, as its definition indicates, so these signals can be defined as physical quantity that varies with time, right? So if I am considering a signal example, just for example, signal S is a dependent signal which depends on dependent variable small t. Okay, so signal S is a function of independent variable small t. Okay, so that t can be considered as time, for example. Okay, so if I am taking this signal value as s of t is equals to 5t. Okay, so this signal varies linearly with time. Okay, so it is varying linearly, okay, with respect to the independent variable, small t. Okay, that is nothing but time, correct? So that is one of the example of the signal. Okay, so capital signal S or small s of t. So t is the independent variable. Why we are calling it as independent variable? Because t does not depend on any other value. Okay, but the signal depends on the value of time. Okay, as per the time, the value of signal s will vary. So let's take another example. Just for example, if I am considering the signal, just for example, again, if I am taking signal s of t is equals to 20t square. Okay, so again, the signal s depends on the independent variable small t, but here the signal is varying quadratically with respect to time. So it is varying quadratically with respect to time. Another example, in previous two examples there was only one independent variable, as it is indicated in the definition. What it indicates, signal is defined as a physical quantity, right? So signal wait for a minute. I will select here. Okay, so signal is defined as what? Physical quantity that varies with time, space, or independent variable. Okay, that means single variable, or there may be multiple variables. So in this first example, your signal depends on a single variable small t. If I am taking another example, just for example, if I take another signal here, that is s of x comma y. So now signal s depends on two independent variable x and y. Okay, and the signal value, just for 3x plus 4y plus 10xy. Right. So it is this signal, that is s. It is a signal of two independent variables x and y. Right. So you can consider these two variables as the spatial coordinates, okay, of a plane, right? That is x and y. Generally, image signal can be represented as the spatial signal. So if I'm considering two-dimensional image, so that image can be taken as, if I'm representing an image as the signal of two variables, that is spatial coordinates x and y, right? So these are some basic signals. Okay, so these first two signals are of single variable, independent variable small t, but this third signal is the signal of two independent variables x and y. Okay, so there are some complex signals such as speech signal, which can be represented to a high degree of accuracy as a sum of several sinusoids. Okay, which comprises maybe amplitudes, frequencies, right? So just take a look at such signal. So speech signal can be represented as, for example, summation. Summation I is equals to, just for example, 1 to n. Here I can write, just for example, I can write what? AI of t, okay. Then sine 2 pi fi of t into t plus theta I of t. Right. So this can be considered as the one of the complex signal. It is example of speech signal, which comprises three different components. Okay, first one is the amplitude, that is AI of t. Again, this amplitude is dependent on the independent variable small t, right? Second one is the frequency. The second component is the frequency. So frequency is also dependent on the time t, right? And third component is the phase. Okay, phase of the signal. So this is the example of what? Speech signal, which comprises multiple components, that is nothing but amplitude, frequency, and phase, right? But it is the function of, just we have seen initially these two examples, that is this 5t and this is 5t and 20t square. So these were the function or signal of single independent variable, while this s of x comma y, it was the it is signal of two independent variable x and y, while this speech signal is again signal of single independent variable, that is nothing but small t. Okay, but it comprises three different components. The independent variable is small t, so speech signal depends on the what? Single independent variable, that is small t, but it comprises three different components, that is amplitude, frequency, and phase. So whenever you want to process these signals, so you will require some signal processing system, right? All these signals originates from some source, so that source is called as what? Signal source. Okay. So signal source is nothing but the system from which these signals originates. Okay. So some other examples are also there, such as electrocardiogram, as well as speech signals. These signals evolve as a function of single independent variable, that is nothing but time. Okay. So these signals can be considered as example of natural signals. Okay. So again, image, as we have seen, is a function of two independent variables which are considered as the spatial coordinates. Right. So most of these signals are natural signals. Okay. So all these signals are originate from system, which can be called as what? Signal source. Okay. So system is a physical device that perform an operation on the given signal, such as filter. So after passing signal through system, it get processed. Right. So so what we are looking at, so we are looking, basically we have defined signal. Okay, we have seen the definition of signal. Okay, how it can be defined. What is signal source? So signal source is nothing but system from which the signal originates. Okay. So system can also be defined as which performs certain operation on the given signal. Right. So this system can be characterized by the type of operation that can be performed by the system on the signal. Just for example, we'll be looking at this categorization of the discrete time systems, but for now you can consider linear non-linear system. Just for example, here we have seen this what linearly varying signals. For processing this linear varying signal, will require linear system. Here we will require some quadratic systems. Here we will require some spatial system. Okay. So likewise, the type of operation performed by the system indicates the type of system. Right. Such operations which are performed on the signal are referred as the signal processing. Okay. So signal processing are nothing but the type of operation performed by these systems on the signal. So in digital processing of signal on digital computer, the operations performed on a signal consist of number of mathematical operations as specified by software program. Right? The digital processing on digital signal may be performed by digital hardware such as logic circuits configured to perform the desired specified operations. Right? A digital system can be implemented as a combination of digital hardware and software, each of which performs its own set of specified operations. So you can consider this digital system as the combination of digital hardware and software, or it can be simply a software, or it can be simply digital hardware. Right? So all these can perform digital operations on the given signal. So there are various applications of signal processing, such as you can say that sound processing, sound recording, uh, as well as compressors, limiters, expanders, noise gates, right? Equalizers, filters, noise reduction, delay and reverberation systems, telephone applications, FM stereo applications, as well as echo cancellation, electronic music synthesis, image processing, image classification, categorization, right, rendering. So all these are the applications in which these signals can be utilized, digital signals can be processed, and digital signal processing algorithms can be applied. Okay. So in subsequent lectures, we'll be looking at some more classification of signals, such as, sorry, that is continuous and discrete time signals. Okay. That is the first category. Second one is the energy and power signals. Third one is the periodic and aperiodic signals. Fourth one is even and odd signals. Fifth one, deterministic and random signals. So that is the basic, what you can say, that categorization of signals into these different types. Signal can be continuous or it can be discrete. Signals can be energy signal or power signal. It can be periodic or aperiodic. It may be even signal or odd signal. So signals can be deterministic signal or random signals. So how these signal category differs from each other, and as well as some numerical related to these type of signals, will be looking in subsequent lectures. So thank you for joining this session. In next session, we'll be looking at basic elements of digital signal processing system, as well as advantages and disadvantages of digital signal processing. Thank you.